In today's video, I'm going to show you guys a defensive play that you can start using. One of the best defensive plays in Madden 22. Now, the full scheme to this whole defense is going to be on the channel. We are trying to finish it up already, so it'll be available to all members. So if you want to become a member, there's a link in the description or join button under the video, I think, if you're on desktop. Anyway, we're going to be in the 3-3-5 wide. Now, the 4-6 defensive playbook, a lot of people use the 4-6 defensive playbook. Me, myself, I use the multiple defense playbook because we can do the same thing. However, with this one, you have 3-4 bear, you have the 4-4 split, and you have the 4-6 bear, along with other formations, bear under, bear normal. You guys see, and they got dollar. Then you have dime normal, $3-2-6, big nickel. So it's a really good defensive playbook. What we're going to talk about is the 3-3-5 wide. Now, you could take two avenues, two lanes. Me, since I use the Ravens, I don't really need to come from 3-3-5 down the 3-3-5 wide. I can just go to 3-3-5 wide. However, in the 3-3-5, you can remove these linebackers, put safeties, and then audible down the 3-3-5 wide. Okay, so you can do that. However, me, I'm just gonna make the personnel changes because I have two 89 speed linebackers. I can make them work. You know what I'm saying? So let me come back over here, 3-3-5 wide, and let me make the personnel changes that I need to make real quick. So here, I'm just gonna go ahead and put my user, which is going to be Stevens in 91 speed. Not the best, but not the worst. And outside, we're gonna take Houston. We're gonna put Queen in his position. And then on the opposite side, we're gonna put Oa. They're both 89 speed. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and take Wolf out here. And I'm gonna put Houston back in this part of the lineup. So now we have a really good pass rush, higher block shed ratings, fast linebackers on the outside. So I can just come out in the 3-3-5 wide. However, if you don't have those fast linebackers, you probably need to use safeties that are faster and come from 3-3-5 down the 3-3-5 wide. So 3-3-5 wide, the name of the play we're gonna be talking about is the Mike Blitz 0. Now, you use all these plays, most of the plays within this formation, and that's what the scheme is going to be in the member section. I'm gonna break down all the defenses that are in this formation and how to set them up properly and what you need to look for. Mike Blitz 0, this is a very good one. We'll just run PA cross shot, doesn't matter. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys all the good setups, not every setup, right? Like there's so many things you can do with this, but let me give you the base setup. So let's just say you want to send the pressure. Okay, let's say you want to send 5 guys. If you're playing Mutt and you have a really good team, you can press. If you're playing regs, you can't press the way you think you can. If you're gonna press, they don't really let you shade over the top by pressing wire triangle right stick up. However, you can try it if you think it's late game and you think, or you know, you're up multiple scores or whatever, maybe 14 points, maybe you can press and then shade over the top. But make sure in your coaching adjustments, and they need to add it to Madden 22 next gen, is set to cornerback matchups by speed. Okay, so if say you want to make this your primary defense, like this is the one you keep coming back to instead of Mike Blitz 3, make sure your cornerbacks are set to speed and they're matched properly with speed. All right, when you get into the red zone, match them by height, because people like to high ball throws in that area. So all right, so here we go. We're gonna go ahead and spread the D line, left on the D-pad, left stick up, crash them out, left on the D-pad, right stick up, and then QB contain, RB R1. Now, if you know it's gonna be a passing situation, you can pass commit. What this is gonna do, let's assume like right here is play action. If you pass commit, they won't bite the running back. They'll go straight for the quarterback. Now, shading. Since it's trips formation, I'm gonna go ahead and shade outside. I can pick up inside routes from a trips formation myself. So I'm gonna put myself on a blue. Okay, and then I'll hold the line on this side. This is where I stand whenever I use the 3-3-5 wide, and I'm running this defense. I will stand right here. You'll see why. See if we can get it done. They'll go right for the quarterback, and it's gonna be an insta sack. Okay, that's because I pass committed. That doesn't always happen that way, but it does most of the time. As you'll see right here, I'll press shade over the top, pass commit, spread the D line, crash them out, QB contain, put myself on a blue, and I'll sit right here, and then I'll shade outside. Okay, you see my corners shading outside. They're gonna try to take outside leverage for out routes, which means I'm trying to get that. You see that tight end, he goes on an out route. He should be aligned properly to stop it. I can pick up an inside route. That's what I'll do. It's usually the inside receiver that I'll pick up. Here again, pick up this guy. And you'll see it in play action with this setup. If they do run that play action, it's not good. Now, let's assume you want to make the coverage behind this, okay? Let's say you don't want to press, but you want coverage. Now, depending on how you want to throw coverage, they could throw a quick slant. So the way we can slow down a quick slant is we could press right on the D-pad twice, bring up our linebacker selection, select X, which is queen, and put queen on a vertical hook. Okay, right there. That should stop an inside slant. Now, the outside, let's say they throw a crosser and he gets past you. You set your coach, if it's a lot of yards, you set your coaching adjustments to 25. Now, this guy won't play outside the numbers for some odd reason. Even if you put him on a cloud flat, he'll still play the curl flat. It's weird. But your best chance is to do it that way anyway. So A goes on a curl flat. So you see he's on a curl flat, shade down, shade up. Now you can leave him on the curl flat, but I would rather you put the cloud flat, and then if it's a lot of yards, set it to 25, 20. If you think it's 5 yards, set it to well, actually, you know what? Set it to 5 or 0, and then play a cloud flat. Here's why. If I try to put him in a hard flat and I shade down, well, guess what? The whole defense shades down. That means all my backs are going to play underneath. So if they throw a streak, guess what? It's an automatic touchdown. So instead, you put your flats to 0 and put a cloud flat up there because you're shading down, then shading over the top. You still get over the top coverage with a cloud flat playing 0, which is going to be a hard flat. You get what I'm saying? And then with the D line, you just spread them, QB contain, put yourself on a blue, and then you can still shade. You can still shade outside. Okay, you can still do that. We got all the inside routes covered. We're gonna jump the inside route, boom, and then the pass rush. We hope it gets there, which it probably won't, bro. This is the only. We're gonna send the hounds, and we almost get the pick. So that's a setup. Another thing that you can do is you can double. Okay, you can go ahead and double. You don't know what it's coming from. You can double this and put 2 cloud flats up there. If you think it's a lot of yards, you set it to 25 on your coaching adjustments. If you think it's not, you set it to 0. If you think it's going to be short pass, table routes and stuff like that, because this guy, it's going to take too long for him to get there. However, if your cloud flat is set to something lower, he has more of a chance. And then I would still shade outside if it's a trips formation, obviously. If it's like a tight formation, you shade outside as well, and you guard the inside routes. So again, you'll see that this is both the setup, and I just follow the inside route because usually these are the routes that get open. Now right there, he just threw a dot. That happens because we're only sending 3. So you're seeing the negative impact of only sending 3 in this game. However, if we send the hounds, right, shade outside, and we send it the way we want, then he won't have time like that at all. Shade outside, pick up the inside routes. You'll see that he does not have that time at all. Just won't have it. And even if he blocks his running back, he still won't have that kind of time. It's a 5-man pass rush. They are coming. And then the way we set it up, spreading outside, QB containing, shading outside, it's still going to get through. Now, there's another way people set this up. I'm just giving you guys the base setups. There's another way that people like to set this defense up, and I'm going to show it to you right now. So what they do is they'll take their outside, they'll take their corners and their safeties and make a cover 3 shell. So it'll look like this. Now you have 2 guys manned up, okay? And then you have a cover 3 shell, which I would recommend this be your cover 3 shell, right? And then this guy will go ahead and man up him or the tight end. Okay, so it would look like something like this. People like to do this. Now, here's the problem. You already know whoever's not covered is who you got to pick up. So let me go ahead and take this guy and then man up the running back. So it look like this. We got a vert hook. We got the running back manned up by the outside linebacker on the right side. We have the tight end. We already know the outside receiver usually probably run a streak unless he runs an in route or a smoke screen, then he's going to be wide open. But this is where the chess match comes into play, right? You're throwing different looks at your opponent, and on his previous play, he's seeing the same thing, and that's what we want. We want to watch this route right here. This is going to be up to me. Outside tight end route. I thought I shaded outside, but you'll see that different things get open. That's the AI making those reads. So you take those away. You could just take that route away real quick by putting a cloud flat up there, okay? And still getting a 4-man pad. You can send a 4-man if you want, you know what I mean? You can do that as well, shading outside, watching the inside routes. You guys are seeing develop right here. He still gets the quarterback. That's play action. We block the running back, he'll have more time, but just showing you guys how to set it up versus the play action. This is why play actions are hard to execute against good players, because they're going to send that at you and it's going to come in most of the time. So if you're struggling, you're getting sacked on play actions, that's why. There's different ways to set up this. That's what makes this defense very powerful. Make sure you guys drop a like, become a member. I'm going to drop the full defensive scheme for this. I think you guys would want to check it out. Love you guys, man. Peace.